Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently fending off an invasion from, who is this, Turkey again over here? Argentina Populares joins the Bolivaran Alliance. Okay, cool. So we're fending off another attack against Turkey over here. Fair enough. Or actually, Turkey managed to land here. Is this not included in our area defense? Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it. Well, we're going to come in and try to kick Turkey out of here, for sure. They barely have anything there right now. And let's check in on our status up over here. It's... Wait a second. What's going on here? This is North American Union. How are they in North American Union territory? I'm confused by this. The UK wants a non-aggression pact, sure. Okay, and it looks like we're going in to take Goa. I think they just left. Turkey decided to leave. They're not into this anymore. Cool. So that's fine. We'll take that back. No problem. Non-aggression pact from India. Okay. No divisions here. Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird. And the US took this and gave it to the UK. Well, they're getting pushed out of there. So hopefully Germany will take this back. Or rather, Pakistan will take it back. We don't want the US giving this stuff to the UK, if we can at all help it. Wait a second. Right, the UK capitulated. Is the US no longer at war with the UK? The UK is now in the North American Association. Gotcha. Okay, that's very strange, but sure. We are not going to assist the US in holding this territory. If they insist on giving everything up here to the UK, then we will stop fighting on this front. Okay, they got pushed out over here. That's good. This is so weird over here. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Who even is this? They must be retreating? Is all I can figure? All of our units should be assigned here. Not here. Okay. Well, we have a bunch of non-aggression pact requests. We accept those. Fantastic. Cool. Let's take a quick look at supplies up over here. A supply depot here might not be a terrible idea, but there is one right here, and we really do want to grab that. So, looking at our air coverage over here, it's not great. So there is that. Ah, our war got folded in with the North American war at some point. I was looking at these losses and I was like, hang on a second, this doesn't look right. But it's not. So war is going 28% in favor of the defenders, of which... Wait, are we technically part of the defensive war now? If we got folded in, should we not be in a defensive war? This is technically considered offensive. I mean, there is... Very strange. We'll try to call them in. I don't expect them to actually come in. But yeah, that's a very strange situation. Of course, this over here is strange too, so there's that. Regardless, there's a civil war in the British Empire. Where even is the British Empire these days? Do they have land? I mean, they've got British Malaya over here, but that's, I think, a puppet nation. Yeah. I don't know where the British would have land. The Germans are invading Ireland right now. So let's take a quick look at the German situation here. Okay. Seems quasi-reasonable. What I really want to do is push into here. That is our top priority at this moment. And looking at the fill-in here, yeah, that's fairly high priority for the general. One thing we can do is we can back off our planes, like so. Take out these support planes, if we can, and then go back into Pakistan later. That's one option. Non-aggression pact from the Mexican Republic, we accept that. But what I really want to do is be able to nuke here. I don't think we would be very successful if we launched an attack here. I'm not even going to try for the moment. Egypt has capitulated. I'm surprised it took them that long. The German Empire controls basically all of Africa. So that's not shocking, right? The US is making some gains out over here. But they're not really making many efforts elsewhere, it would appear. We may try to land in, like, South Africa if we stall out over here or we just feel like we aren't going to get anything else out of this. We may try that. For the time being, I think this is okay. This does not need to exist. It keeps doing this, and, we don't need to have this here. Okay. Now what we really want here, the Mexican Socialist Republic just capitulated. Okay, so that's all just the Mexican Republic there. The US took the socialist portion. Fair enough. Cool. Okay, so the US pushes back in here. At this time, I want to launch an attack here. Or actually, we'll wait. We'll wait for these guys to leave. They did just bring in reinforcements, but these guys have very low supplies. Let's see how this goes. If we can take this supply depot, that is huge. There's awkwardness ensuing up over here, for sure. They're bringing in reinforcements. This is taking us longer than I'd hoped. This unit held out very nicely. So we're going to have to most likely stop this attack. The Americans pick up the attack. And they're just keeping them tied up for the moment, while we recover a little bit. Okay. Let's resume our attack now. Fantastic. And we stopped our attack very quickly there. Let's try this again. Okay. We're just lacking supplies to pull this off, is what's happening here. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Also unfortunate that the US is giving this to India and to the UK over here. If they insist on continuing to do that, eventually we will not have a front over here anymore. So we need to eliminate this section of the front and this section of the front. Then, all of our units that don't have orders, it's only slightly awkward, all of our units that don't have orders here are going to be here. And I did this wrong, because I still had the delete tool selected. So we need to go through and grab these guys that were already here and assign them there. There we go. So that'll do for now. And then we need to select these guys, and their offensive line will be simply to take this state. Like so. Cool. So we're going to bring in some reinforcements here. We'll see what the Americans get done here. If we get fully cut off here, we will likely leave this in area defense and then go attack Africa is probably going to be the plan. If we can get there, we should be able to attack from Madagascar. Should be okay. These are all very low-level naval bases, so that's definitely a concern. But attacking down here, there's some very, very good defensive terrain in South Africa. So I think that will be the overall plan there. We're supporting the U.S.'s attack here. Let's see what the U.S. does. Do they give this to us? Yes, we got that. Fantastic. Indonesia refused our call to arms. That's not shocking. But getting this supply hub here is absolutely huge. There's no supply to the capital right now, but that should change. And you can see our supplies here are so much better all of a sudden. So that's great. Checking in on our supplies up here, it's still a little bit grim. We're not super shocked about that one, really. But getting supplies here is a very, very big deal. That now means that we can successfully start trying probing attacks across this river. And maybe even take this victory point and naval base, which would also be huge. In reality, I would love to do this. But I think that now, looking at our fighting strength is not the time to launch such an attack. We need to let our manpower and other supplies regenerate over here a bit. We're making 2.29k per month at this time. And that's better. No doubt about that. Oh, we have units ready for deployment. We don't have a location set for our infantry divisions. So we will definitely set that. And we'll go ahead and deploy this unit. Cool. So that unit can head into... I think we want to keep our 3 defense forces at, like, even numbers if we can. And we just have the single offensive army for the time being. Okay. Ireland has capitulated. That's unsurprising. This attack isn't going hugely well. That's also unsurprising. Ah, I see. That was our Marine division that's set to area defense this. Fair enough. Yeah, we're going to have a hard time breaking across this river unless we can get air superiority. Let's take these 2 up and see what that does. Not a lot for the moment. Yeah, they've still got a lot of planes up here. Yeah, that's not going hugely well for us. Let's take a look at our constructions here. Yeah, we don't control enough over this direction. That's sad. Very sad indeed. But sure. For the time being, it's okay. I think we're going to continue to hold our planes. Oh, we're strategic bombing here. We should be strategic bombing in Pakistan if we're going to strategic bomb anywhere. Okay. There is a Turkish invasion over here. I don't know who they're attacking here. Are they actually attacking here? I think they are. So Turkey is continuing to try to land troops on this coast. That's unsurprising. And honestly, quite expected. Are they going to succeed? That's a definite maybe. So we're going to bring some forces up over here. Yeah, we're going to get rid of the existing orders. And we're going to bring these troops in. We're going to try to expand our front lines. Well, we need to also have a front line over here. So we're going to select half of these divisions and put them here. Okay. Because we need to encircle this and get this taken care of. India is calling for independence. Okay. So we're bringing troops up. For the moment, this isn't all that scary, I don't think. These guys have no supplies. If they take this, though, that can be relatively scary. We're going to bring in infantry and tanks, so we should be able to hold this, I think. Yes. Our reinforcements are arriving. The US gave this to India. What a bunch of jerks. Honestly, I kind of feel like we should revoke the US's military access at this point. Like, they're giving away the territory that we won. It makes me sad, for sure. Okay, so we're going to bring in our troops over here. These guys have no supplies. They're getting stack wiped. I want these guys that are arriving over here. Well, we basically have no troops here. We can come in like this, though. These have no supplies either. And we can come in like so. So these all get stack wiped. Beautiful. And of course, this is because we just don't have sufficient troop numbers here to hold this entire coast. So one thing we may want to consider doing is downsizing with infantry these guys and doing something kind of like that. US giving all of this over to India. I'm kind of salty about that. I'm not going to lie. Let's not do that, US. Okay, I'm going to delete this order at this point, and we are just going to area defense all of this. There we go. If the US is just going to give this to India anyway, we won't defend it anymore. Cool. So 2.31. And we'll see if we manage to get that, but I think the US is going to give it to India. Nope, we got it. Fantastic. So that's great. We are defending an attack here successfully for the time being. Okay, now we're getting pushed back out of our supply depot here. That is very not good. I'm going to move 3 units up. And we'll try to defend that. But the Germans are moving in a lot of troops in over here. How close are we to getting there? We're pretty close. We need to try to push them back out of this supply hub. I don't care so much about this. Pushing them out of this supply hub is vital. And it's not going to happen. Okay. I think the US sent too many troops down here, honestly. We can hold these positions for the time being. But that's a little bit grim on this front now. The Germans are definitely pushing us back over here at this point. And the question is, what do we want to do about it? We're going to toss some manpower at this front. Oh, I didn't want to immediately start those back up. Let's see here. Those ones. There we go. We're going to toss some manpower at this front. We need to hold this. Okay, we get pushed back here. And here. We're trying to hold here. And attack as well, apparently. But we're in a bit of collapse right now. So we definitely are going to add these units back in here. But for the time being, that's what we've got. Okay. We had some units get wiped. That's quite bad. We're going to need to bring in additional units. What did we lose? We lost tank units. 4 tanks and 2 infantry. That's grim. The US pulled a lot of troops out of here, and the Germans really punished them for it. We weren't able to deal with that, but what we can do for sure is get rid of that and set our offensive line back to being simply here. We can execute that, but we need to get rid of... Oh, these orders are all messed up. Okay. So we definitely need to do some of this. Assign all of these here. Cool. Honestly, I think that the US giving this over... I think that the US giving this over screwed our supplies. Because we're not able to come in via this railway anymore. If we talk to India and ask for military access, would we be able to get supplies through that? They would give it to us. Wait, what? I gave them military access, or I asked for military access, and that all went over to them. Interesting. Except for this location. I didn't expect that to happen. All I wanted was access through this railroad. Well. If that's the case, we're going to stop holding this. Remove all area defenses. India can defend themselves then. We're out of here. We don't have the manpower to do this. We're going home. Well, maybe not home. We're going to go somewhere else. I want all of you heading down here. We're just fully withdrawing from this front. We have nothing to gain here now. And it's all because the US gave this over to India. And we couldn't get supplies through it. That's a little irritating, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of that. The Germans are trying to tie up our troops here. We're trying to retreat. Okay. Let's build... Yeah, all that got canceled. Let's build land forts, coastal forts, as well as any infrastructure that we can. Naval base in Goa. Anti-air. Radar stations. Not necessarily in that order. In an order kind of more along the lines of this, probably. Okay. So there we go. Let's get these guys set to area defense down here too as well, just to make sure that they get orders to come down here all the time. Cool. We're just going to let this front collapse. There's nothing for us here anymore. We're just completely done with that. Cool. I hope the US and India enjoys that one. It's all their fault. But yeah, we just don't have the manpower growth anymore, so we're heading home. More specifically, we're probably going to go attack Africa. Okay. So India's going to need to do some work. There's no doubt about that. The US will defend them for a while anyway. Or for now anyway. But we are absolutely not going to. So, I want to take this force here. I want to get rid of their orders. And I want them... Just looking at naval base locations, we're going to have to naval invade from here over to, like, here. This is not necessarily an ideal location to naval invade to. I would much prefer to naval invade to here. But there's basically no naval bases here to work from. Although, it is probably better to naval invade from here. So let's get rid of that. And let's put in a naval invasion from here over to here. Yes. Now we're going to grab our navies. And we are going to right-click to add regions here and here. And we're going to remove regions here. We don't care about the Bay of Bengal anymore. That is now irrelevant to us. We'll attempt to hold Goa. But we'll see how that goes. Cool. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we'll keep an eye on India and see what ends up happening there. But we are going to begin our invasion of Africa. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I am actually going to queue up to like 5 in each of these to replenish our losses. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Jensgram, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.